Addressing Astronomers Earthwide. Part 2. These things will appear real to you if you understand, but if you are ignorant, they will appear unbelievable. For understanding is belief itself, and not believing is certainly to be ignorant. Indeed, my discourse runs to the truth. Mine too is replete, and lead by discourse to a certain point, reaches the truth, finally grasping all, and when it discovers the things that correspond to that which the discourse had expounded, immediately believes. And in this seemly faith it becomes happy. If so, that which has been said on divine matters, if they are understood, they are indeed believed, and if they are not understood, they are denied. And that which has been said about understanding suffices. I hope you enjoyed the astronomy I learned from the Egyptian god of knowledge and his friend Asclepius. It was they that taught me the spirit sun, the sovereign of the sun spheres. Thoth said, "As I am a god to you because of my knowledge, you will be gods of the future because of your knowledge far above theirs." Welcome to that future he spoke of thousands of years ago. In his emerald tablets he gave us a timeline as to when these things would happen. We are there now. But I want you to understand that the intelligence of the divine being, the consciousness of the Supreme God, is the only truth. God is truth, and he lives by truth and feeds thereon. He is the King of truth, and he has established the earth thereon. From Asclepius, he says, "There is no beginning to what you seek, and no end. There is no time and no place. No limit and no boundary. The knowledge that you seek is contained wholly within your love of the truth. The love that you seek is contained within the knowledge that will be revealed to you." Thoth says, "Holy is God, who has determined that he shall be known, and who is known by his own to whom he reveals himself. I have gained knowledge of the future of time. I am initiated into the mysteries of the immortal nature, I walk in the ways of the truth, and I will reveal all to you without the least omission." He says, yes, the children of men shall progress onward and upward to the great goal. Children of light shall they become. Flame of the flame shall their souls ever be. Knowledge and wisdom shall be man's in the great age, for he shall approach the eternal flame, the source of all wisdom, the place of beginning, that is yet one with the end of all things. Yes, in a time that is yet unborn, all shall be one and one shall be all. Man, a perfect flame of this cosmos, shall move forward to a place in the stars. Yes, shall move even from out of this space-time into another beyond the stars. I hope you agree with me. We are here now. Now I'm sure you have film from your telescopes that show you what's happening in the center of the sphere you call Sag star. You do show some of it on YouTube and voice your opinion on what you think is happening in the center of our Milky Way. Listen up please. We know that Sag star is the epicenter of our galaxy and everything comes from the center star. No, you can never convince me that there is a black hole there, and that everything in our galaxy is coming from what you call that black hole. Get that atheistic thinking out of your mind, for we have arrived at the age of the zodiac house of the water bearer, the god of wisdom. That water god's name was Enki, the god of wisdom of the ancient Sumerians. It's he that taught his grandson Thoth, and he Thoth became the Egyptian god of knowledge. Thoth tells us that the god of light will make himself known in our age. You have part of the knowledge it takes to understand the mind of God. Why don't you use it to highlight the minds of the whole earth, and that alone will fulfill the will of God by making him known to the whole world? Now I want to show you some pictures that we have to understand who God is, and it's you that is falling short. I will now show you what we see, and that's the epicenter where God is creating with fire. Notice please. What I have shown you is no strangers to me. I studied what Halton Arp showed in his studies, and I agree with him how galaxies start. Thoth told me of a time when our star god was all alone when he started, and that was even before matter was created. Now he never mentions whether stars are created first or matter. But in the process of creation, stars are created in the center, and then by the will of God they are sent out and guided by the primordial mist. So understand please, everything created goes into holy unity no matter what it is or where it is. In this way everything is in control by the will of God. Notice what he said: once, in a past time, I spoke to the dweller, asked of the mystery of time and space, asked him the question that surged in my being, saying, O Master, what is time? Then he the Master spoke to me saying, Know, O Thoth, in the beginning there was void and nothingness, a timeless, spaceless, nothingness. And into the nothingness came a thought, purposeful, all-pervading, and it filled the void. There existed no matter, only force, a movement, a vortex of vibration of the purposeful thought that filled the void. Now please understand this, that void is where all the galaxies dwell, you call it the universe. So if you understand what Halton Arp understood, that force came from another galaxy and it became the force that started to create our Milky Way. So the space that it fills is the space in the void we dwell in as we speak. Let's proceed, and I questioned the Master, saying, Was this thought eternal? And the dweller answered me saying, In the beginning, there was eternal thought, and for thought to be eternal time must exist. So into the all-pervading thought grew the law of time. Yes, time which exists through all space, floating in a smooth, rhythmic movement that is eternally in a state of fixation. Let's pause here to understand what fixation means. Google says fixation means the action of making something firm or stable. So when God started everything, He created everything in fixation, and everything is stable and controlled by the primeval mist that holds everything in place in the second God, the Milky Way. He says, time changes not, but all things change in time. For time is the force that holds events separate, each in its proper place. Time is not in motion, but you move through time as your consciousness moves from one event to another. Yes, by time you exist, all in all, an eternal one existence. Know that even though in time you are separate, yet still are one in all times existent. Cease then the voice of the dweller, and I departed to ponder on time. For I knew that in these words lay wisdom and a way to explore the mysteries of time. Often did I ponder the words of the dweller. Then I sought to solve the mystery of time. I found that time moves through strange angles. Yet only by curves could I hope to attain the key that would give me access to the time-space. I found that only by moving upward and yet again by moving to rightward could I be free from the time of this movement. Now I could go on forever speaking about your star god Sag, but I chose to close here, so please send us film with no interruptions, showing us the star god creating our star home, the Milky Way.